Tuesday evening. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage of the Epic Racing Association Amp Rating and Excavation Late Model Stock Car Season Championship. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. What a fantastic place to end a season. Crown a champion. This racetrack, a lot of history and a lot of racing has been done here over the years. A ton has been done here the last few seasons for ERA, Mars. All of these late model stock car series come here a couple times a season. This one no different. They're going to wrap things up here tonight. Right now, Dylan Connor is your late model stock car season points leader. He sits at 132 points. Sean McLaughlin, second place at 110. And 6 points separate second through fourth. Reed Rundle, Matt Eddy, and Marvin Turnmeyer. So they round out the top five in that. So a champion will be crowned tonight. We are going to see, is it the 91 car again? Just been kind of the class of this field the whole season. Practice has ended, and now, as they say, the BS stops, and we get down to business. Hello, Mr. Bill. I see you're in the chat right there. The rest of your party going to join us this evening? Sean McLaughlin going to get 77 car as one of the first cars to hit the speedway for qualifier. Way up wide 3, going to let it roll down the hill, try to pick up some speed. Be at terminal velocity when he gets to the start-finish line and try to make his first lap his best. Tires are cold. The car is going to slip inside. He's really going to have to hang on. He will hit the timing stripe first. Sean McLaughlin second in the points. Puts up a lap. 19.30 seconds. Marvin Turnmeyer goes faster at 19:19. See what defending season champion has here. There's Austin Moore, 1912. Payette in the mix. Waiting for Dylan Connor. There's Stephen Pierce, 19.11. He is about the same as DeMoore, just beating by a couple of thousandths of a second. Let's put the 124 atop. We see Adam Vinny timing in. Now moves to the fifth quick. Still waiting for the 91 of Connor to roll out. Pete Dillon about to put his first lap in. Really go better than 19:11. Not on lap number one. He's eighth quick at 19:20. Less than a tenth from first to eighth right now. Make it 1 through 9. Here's Dylan Connor rolling down the backstretch. Current points leader and multi-time winner in the series. And we'll watch this 91 car. Has been stellar in qualifying. Gets the car to the front and then sets the pace for everyone else. About 5 cars yet to take time. Reed Rundle on track. We'll jump over to Rundle once we see where Connor goes. Connor going to go to the top, and Rundle went right with him. Rundle a tenth off. Connor, 1898 on the stopwatch. Rundle 1908. Rundle's second lap. Is it quicker? It is barely quicker, but not quick enough. He cuts half of it off, but he is still going to start outside of that front row with Dylan Connor. So, qualifying, Connor, Rundle, Pierce, DeMoore, and Wynn were the top 5. Only 16 drivers. Chris Griffin, Matt Knowles, and Colin Penn no attempt at qualifying, at least for the moment. You're thinking they're going to join us? Okay. Very good. Third show this week. We'll have two more. They'll be on Thursday night. The Red Driver Mighty Midget Series and Netcode Esports. Round number 2 for them in the 2024 C season. And if you were here last week for that, you saw that Brendan Rogers picked up pretty much where he left off in the B season and with some of the Summer Sizzler races. Just win. That's all he does. He swept. So at least in the first race, we'll see him start Shotgun Charlie for the feature. But we got 19 of them in here tonight. Fun little bull ring. Just over half a mile, just shy of 0.6 of a mile. We are looking at a track temperature over 105 degrees. 63% on our humidity. We got a light breeze, 9 miles an hour. It is mostly cloudy. That's a good thing. That'll help a little. It still isn't doing a lot for the track with 83 degrees and 106 out there in that old asphalt. And that asphalt is worn out enough. It barely has any grip as it is, and heating it up makes that even worse. So we'll see some guys slipping and sliding. There's a lot of banking. Guys are going to be wrestling to try to get to the bottom. It's very rare that we have seen anything happen off of the bottom of this track. Middle and the outside, just not very good. So I don't know who just timed in, but somebody timed in. It must have been Matt Knowles. Matt Knowles went 13th quick. So we're going to give them 5 minutes of warm-up. Drivers will have a little chat, get things clear before we get out here and put down our laps for tonight's main event. I see Sean McLaughlin. Hello, Mindy. Yeah, Adam, I was watching in practice. I was watching a bunch of cars four-wheel drifting it on the exits of the corners, and it looks like it's going to be interesting for sure tonight. Hot track, very warm for overcast as it is. It is super warm on that racing surface. The action is going to get a lot hotter when you guys get out there and get after it. So championship this week, and I believe we do the super late model championship next week, and that will close out the season for these guys. We'll figure out when they plan to come back and what they plan to do, and hopefully we get to talk to somebody before we get started next week, and we can let you guys know where their next season is going to be at. I guess that's a matter of perspective. If we were going to do over and under with a slick track, you know, I mean, I'm going to go with a 7 as I always do, but I don't know. I mean, cautions breed cautions, and, you know, slippery, cold tire restarts, all those things. Let's just hope we don't see 13 again. Nobody taking to the racing service. I'm pretty sure we're having a driver's meeting right now. I'm going to look and see. Yeah, it looks like the boys are in a driver's meeting right now. So and now driver's meeting over. Drivers able to go and get a few laps for this last couple of minutes. I see all of my YouTubers. Do I have any Facebookers, Twitchers tonight? Say hi in the chat. Bill's in with no. So we're doing over-unders. Well, I've always got number 7. That's my number. If we're going to count cautions, I'm probably going with 7. Unless we go to a really big track, and then I'll probably drop it. But 7's my number. Watch some of these guys. You see, Sean McLaughlin was smoking the tires out of the corner. Watch how much sliding they're doing. Cars get to bouncing, little wiggles, little corrections. They got to slide them a little on entry. There's a car out of shape. That looked like that might be Justin Moore, and it was. He was way out of shape. So we got 7, we got 9. Anybody else want to get in on this action for over-under on cautions tonight? Hello, Barbara. Both of our previous pack winners are in the house chatting it up tonight, so they know what's up. Time about to run out on this warm-up session. We're going to get ready to line these guys up for tonight's A-Main. Championship night. Somebody's getting some hardware. Right now, it looks like Dylan Connor has a stranglehold on this. He's going to have a really poor night early, and Sean McLaughlin is going to have a stellar night. See, he'll have to win, and Connor really probably needs to DNF. So we will get ready to look at tonight's starting grid. It is the 91 of Dylan Connor on the pole with Reed Rundle in the 43. The number 2 Jackwagon on his outside. 124, Stephen Pierce, row 2 to the inside. Austin DeMore in the 07. He'll be outside. Third row. That's going to be Casey Wynn, the 05 inside. John Payette in the 5. That car looks like it has a 0 on the side. I believe that's a tribute to Bloomquist on that stock car. He starts P6. Fourth row on the inside, the 87 of Justin Moore. And then next to him will be the 7 of Pete Dillon. Adam Vinny will bring that 11 car. Number 2 limousine into the 9th starting spire. And he will have Marvin Turnmeyer on his outside in the 16. Josh Westendorf. '92 car. 6th row. Inside is his, and he has Dylan Delaney in the 6T on the outside, and we'll move to the last couple of rows here. It's going to be Matt Knowles, the 15 inside, row number 7 with Sean McLaughlin in 77. Second in points. He's got a lot of work to do if he is going to come up here and get a win. He starts 14th. 15th starting position. That's the 57 of Mart Herzog. And Jeff Werdeman will bring the 81 alongside and start back there with him. Your 9th row, this is the final full roll. The 46 of John Runner inside, Colin Penn, the 152 outside, and Chris Griffin rounding things out in that 19th starting position in the number 12. Barbara's back in for you. So 7, 8, and 9 are covered, guys. You better hurry. We make it to about lap 25. Oh, no. Yeah, we make it to about lap 25. You're going to be out on caution over-unders. So get your number in. Get it in quick in the chat. I don't care where you are. We can see it. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Facebook. Shout, shout, shout it out. All right, getting ready to go green. 125 circuits. ERA. Late model stock car championship. And a good side-by-side start from our front row. Reed Rundle does not want Dylan Connor to get out front and start setting this pace because, oh my goodness, we got a caution. That did not take very long at all. Stephen Pierce. And I want to get out here, and I want to go with a lot different camera angle. Not sure how I'm going to be able to qualify that one. I just know both cars should have headed for the outside wall there. Drivers had to stop on the front stretch to let somebody get spun around. So we'll slow things down at the end of lap 1. We'll regroup. And we will get ready to refire. Looks like Mark Herzog is having an issue. No, that's not Herzog. That's still the 124 of Stephen Pierce was trying to get away. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be shown a lap down here. He's going to have to probably drop all the way to the back. Adam Vinny all the way to the front. Not sure why he's all the way up there. I think when all these guys had to stop on the track under caution, I think it's going to really shuffle up our order. It's going to make things weird. Because right now, it's showing the 11 of Adam Vinny out in front. Pierce went to pit road. The left side of that car heavily damaged. I don't know if he's going to be much of a factor after that. Half a dozen cars look like rolling down pit road right now. Wynn, Turnmeyer, McLaughlin, Griffin, Pierce, and DeMoore. Herzog might be out of this. Yeah, I think Herzog's car is so damaged he is not going to be able to continue. So, quick night for driver 57. And I think he was an innocent victim in all of it. I think he just caught up at the back. He might have got shoved into the pile. I can't even find where he was in any kind of an incident. Yeah, I can't even see where Herzog had a problem. So, we'll get some things sorted out. It looks like Turnmeyer is going to go a lap down. Pierce is 3 laps down, and DeMoore is still on the pit road. I'm not sure why. He's got right side down. Oh, yeah, he's heavily damaged on the nose. He is the car that got into the left rear corner, or the right rear corner, excuse me, of the 124. So, he ends up with a lot of damage out of it. Right, he is going to roll out and see what he can do with that damaged nose on that 07 car. But we're going to extend the caution. I got to say, I am not following how we got the 11 to the front. But I can tell you that Adam Vinny is going to do his level best to keep the 91 car behind him now. Take full advantage of the gift. Welcome, Paula. See you in the chat there. A couple cars back on pit road. I did not hear the one to go, but I don't always hear what happens. It does look like we are one to go. Looks like we're getting ready to go green. It is Adam Vinny and Dylan Connor on that front row.
Green flag, green flag.
Connor threw the gears very well, and he is going to hustle that car around to the outside on the restart. He was not going to give up that lead, and he didn't. Got around Adam Vinny. Vinny very cautious on the bottom. And it didn't lend itself to him grabbing the lead, but he'll come out of there second in front of Rundle. Moore is fourth. And Pete Dillon in the 7 car up in the 5th spot. Now looks like John Payette behind him, and he's going to be under fire. Dylan Delaney going to make a run at him. That door closed quickly. Connor grabbing the lead again from the outside of the front row, and he is off to the races, trying to stretch things out on Adam Vinny and Reed Rundle. Pretty much single file all the way through to the back. Turnmeyer making a move on Westendorf, but Turnmeyer lapped down. And he is just going to have to wait for another caution and see if he can get his wave around, get back on the lead lap, and then do all this again. Pete Dillon peeked out of line momentarily on Justin Moore, but did not make the move on the front stretch. Everybody looks like they're settling in, content to just ride a little unless the guy in front of them makes a big mistake. John Brunner inside the top 10, the 46 car. Back here in 9th, looking at the bumper of Colin Penn right now. Car in behind him, Casey Wynn, the 5 car, the 05. A lot of damage. He was involved in that skirmish on lap number 1, 2, right there on the front stretch, but not a ton of damage. He should be okay. Sean McLaughlin behind that. McLaughlin damaged pretty much all the way around the car. Maybe the doors are straight, but the front end is pushed in. The back bumper cover is really crooked. It's got a big dent in the middle of it. Let's go back towards the front here. Adam Vinny not letting Dylan Connor get too far away. Really trying to keep him tight and keep him in check. Hope for a mistake, a slip. Get on the attack and force Dylan Connor to give a spot up. It's been hard to beat the 91 car. Very hard. "19-second laps. So we were running sub 19 in some practice and qualifying, and we are at 19.3 already. We're only 21 laps into this. I think the guy out front is doing exactly what he wants to do. He is keeping these guys on a pace. I think we're going to see some guys try to get some tires if they get the opportunity. Pete Dillon making a move on Justin Moore. He got to the inside, getting into 3, and he'll complete that pass, getting into turns 1 and 2. So move him up to 4th, move Moore back to 5th, and still Payette and Delaney behind that. But now it's a 7-car string at the front, and then there's a gap back to Colin Penn in 8th, and then another gap to Brunner in 9th. McLaughlin is holding down 10th with a damaged race car, but Jeff Werdeman is trying to slowly and surely work his way towards the front. Ah. Well, that's unfortunate, Casey. Kind of a victim of somebody else's stuff. So 20% of the race in the books. And now a move. Pete Dillon. Once again, he is getting after it. He's going after Reed Rundle right here. Yeah, he is a pretty tough customer out there. You guys got to learn to go put some pressure on him, force him to run harder than he wants to. He just gets out there and sets his own pace, does what he wants, and everybody kind of falls in line like the Pied Piper. No one's really forcing the issue on him at all. Pete Dillon. Up to third. Picked up 5 spots since we dropped to the green flag. He is not our hard charger right now. Colin Penn has picked up 8. He started 18th, and he is running in the 8th spot right now. So a good 10-spot move. She have. Wow, I didn't think there was any of those around. I see Wiener Schnitzel on that 152 car. Haven't been to one of those in what feels like 100 years. Go back to the front. Watch our 2 leaders because Adam Vinny pretty much in lockstep. The gap doesn't change. The times on the stopwatch are just about identical. And Vinny may be thinking, it's been long enough and I want to go up here and try to lead some laps. So I'm going to put some pressure on this guy and see what he does. Dillon is still in third. Rundle is still fourth. That battle for fifth, though. Justin Moore's got a lot of company. John Payette, Dylan Delaney right there. And I don't think either one of them are going to try to force anything. But I think if he leaves the door open, somebody's going to stick a big toe in there, and that's going to be all she wrote. Well, thank you, Casey. We're looking forward to the next season. There goes. I thought we were going to see a move right there. Payette went to the inside. I thought we were going to see that pass. But Moore is able to recover and shut the door on him. We are waiting to hear what is going to happen next season here with these guys. They were flicking around a bunch of different ideas, I think. I don't know where they landed, but I'm interested to hear what they are planning for next season. Now, if you look right in front of this battle, why Reed Rundle has started to reel in Pete Dillon once again. Caution on lap 1. We've been 36 straight laps since then. Every lap so far, the 91 car out in front. Adam Vinny is all over him, and they've got about a second in front of Dillon and Rundle. As we are creeping in on 1/3 of this thing being in the books. Justin Moore, Dylan Delaney, and John Payette battling still. And now on the outside, Delaney's going to take the spot, move straight to the inside on Moore. Dylan Delaney now. Couple 3 laps. He's going to pick himself up a couple of spots. Opens the door for Payette. I don't know if Payette just keeps losing the rear end on the exit of these corners. And Justin Moore is getting some drive off the high side. This time Moore up the hill. He'll give up 1. He might give up 2 spots. He's going to give up a spot to Colin Penn as well. the 152 of Colin Penn. You give him 11 improved positions since we dropped the green flag. Back to the front in the top two, 1.5 seconds in front of third place Reed Rundle. Lap time still in the 19.3s for your two leaders. Everybody else in 19.5 or slower. Adam Vinny just not able to get there and get a nose anywhere alongside the 91. If we stay green in about 10 laps, we'll be in lap traffic. That's going to be Westendorf and Company. Yeah, just about one set of corners ahead of this battle for the lead. Hey, Beards, where's Jay at, buddy? You two always show up about the same time or pretty close to it. Rundle is still third. Pete Dillon made a run, got up to third, gave the spot back, and now he's kind of parked himself in the rocking chair in between Rundle and Delaney. Once Delaney got around Payette, Justin Moore, he took off, and he has now reeled in the back bumper of the 7 car, so we'll see a battle for fourth coming up pretty quick. Cars on pit road. I saw 2 head for pit road. Marvin Turnmeyer, the last car out here. He's a lap down, but 14th at the moment. Say the 05 is on pit road, the 07, the 124. They've been there for a while. Herzog is gone. The 12 car of Chris Griffin is who I saw rolling in. And he looks like he is just sitting there. I don't know what's taking him so long, but he is just sitting there. Oh, boy. Raising Cane's. Been eating there for years. I do like their chicken fingers. I like Slim Chickens just about as much, though. So, working lap number 50 of 125. It has been the 91 of Dylan Connor, the points leader, trying to close out the championship. And I'm pretty sure he just needs to keep it running and facing forward, as Sean McLaughlin is mired back in 12th with a damaged race car right now. Adam Vinny trying to stay in touch. And, man, those two have been running the same lap time for I don't know how long now. Oh, wow. They've opened up about 2.25 seconds on Reed Rundle in third. Delaney's in fourth, but he's another 1.1 seconds back. And then John Payette hanging on to fifth, but here comes Colin Penn. Colin Penn still on the move. 12 positions improved since we started this thing. He was 18th when the green dropped. He runs in 6th now, and he's looking for 5th here. Trying to get that cut down mid-corner and get a run up on the exit. And he just keeps inching closer and closer. Now he may have the nose alongside. Not able to secure the spot. Works alongside down the middle of 1 and 2. And they just get enough momentum on the outside to keep him at bay, and it's letting Moore hang on, and Werdeman is reeling these guys in. Jeff Werdeman He's going to be in the middle of this mix momentarily. Now Penn clears Payette. Moore goes with him. That opens the door. Here comes Werdeman. Big shot into the fence with the right side of the 152 of Penn. Matt Knowles now going to join this battle. And Knowles will go around Justin Moore. So Moore went from being about 5th. He's all the way back to 9th, and that's only been the span of about 3 or 4 laps. Back to the front. We're in lap traffic now, lap 60. Coming up here pretty quick. Next time around, they'll start lap number 60. That'll be almost halfway. About 2 laps shy of being halfway. And Westendorf in the 9th spot. He is going to be the first on-track car to be lapped. Man, who had 1 as the caution count? Not this guy. And now Connor's starting to get away from Adam Vinny. I don't know if that's by design or if he's just cranking things up a little bit. He gets into the back of the 92, gives him a good push down the backstretch. Because Vinny looked like maybe he backed off because Connor was having such a tough time getting around Westendorf. Yeah, you had to have that in about 40 laps ago, sir. Sorry about that. Both Connor and Vinny clear. Westendorf. Only 7 cars remain on the lead lap right now. Car on pit road. Colin Penn going in for new shoes. Moore comes out 4 laps down. Brunner's 3 laps down. Turnmeyer still a lap down. Westendorf still a lap down. There's Justin Moore getting back on track right in front of the leaders. We go up here. Marvin Turnmeyer just in front of these guys. That is John Brunner. Brunner 3 laps down right in front of that. Let's go find John Payette. Payette's at the start-finish line, and the leaders are coming out of turn number 4. So the same straightaway. If this stays green, they may lap the whole field. Now the lap time's starting to become a little bit spread apart. A 48 for Connor and a 60 for Vinny the last time by. Wreck on the front stretch. John Brunner is going to bring out the caution several laps down. Just lost the back end. A nice little bump on the nose there on the front stretch. That'll bring our leaders to pit road. We will watch pit stops. Long time on the lefts. Oh, Pete Dillon, all kinds of damage on the 7 car. Dylan Connor down and away. So is Reed Rundle, and finally Adam Vinny off the jack. Going to come out 3rd of those that went in. John Payette had to catch up to the field, and now he is going to go into pit road. So we'll see what wave rounds we get. We'll see who gets back on the lead lap. We only had 7. Because Marvin Turnmeyer was already a lap down. Payette about to roll out. Connor and company coming out of turn 4. Several cars in front of them that'll get waiver rounds. But it's Connor, Rundle, Vinny, Delaney, Werdeman, Knowles, Payette. Turnmeyer is 8th, Westendorf is 9th, and Penn is 10th. Pete Dillon out of the race. How did Pete Dillon get out of this race? Oh, that's how. We'll rewind that just a little bit. That's a very difficult way to go out.
All right, man. Lights it back.
That is a very unfortunate way to get taken out of a race. Slowing down for the caution, minding your own business, and suddenly come out of the corner, and there's a car parked sideways right in front of you. So all the wave around cars waving around, get back behind what looks like your lead 6 or 7 here. The front 6 for sure, because Werdeman's part of that. Knowles. Where is Knowles? Matt Knowles, yeah, shows him in the 5th spot. So all the way around is going to start behind some of the lap cars. But a couple of these guys got their lap back. They'll end up back of the pack, but at least on the lead lap with a chance to fight for this thing. Coming up on 50 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag back out once again. Second caution. In the first 72 laps. And Connor grabs the lead. Rundle second. Vinny is third. Delaney slid into 4th. And there's Jeff Werdeman. He's up to 5th. Knowles. He's in 6th. And then it's a little ways back to Westendorf. Trying to navigate around the lap car of Justin Moore. It just looks to me like Justin Moore is off the pace. Something amiss on the 87. Westendorf got the back end squirrely. Here comes Colin Penn. He made it 3 wide momentarily. And now he's going to try to come off the top side and gain a spot. Marvin Turnmeyer is right there. Colin Penn goes high side. Gets around Westendorf, and so does a Marvin Turnmeyer. So Turnmeyer to 7th, Westendorf to 8th. Payette is in 9th, and I don't think he's going to stay there long. He rolls past Westendorf. Sean McLaughlin has gotten a lot of the damage on that 77 fixed. He's 6 laps down, but that car looks a lot better than it did. It looks like it's competitive now. You can see the gap, the top 6. Just about equally spaced out here. Connor, Rundle, Vinny, Delaney, Werdeman, and Knowles all on the screen. Those 6 have absolutely broken away from Turnmeyer and company. They're about almost half a track. Dylan Connor trying to put a stamp on what has been a stellar season. Championship night tonight, and the points leader just straight running away with this thing. Justin Moore back on pit road. Yes, he is. I think something really got hurt on that 87 car somehow, and I'm not sure how it got hurt, but see what Dylan Connor sees. Nothing but racetrack, empty racetrack out in front of him. Next time around, we'll be down to the 40 to go mark. Laps are ticking off pretty quick. We're back to the 19.3s for lap times. And now Delaney in fourth, starting to stretch things out on Werdeman and Knowles. He's opened up about 10 car lengths. Stephen Pierce back on track, 50 laps down, but back on the racing surface. About a second slower than the leaders. They'll catch him here shortly. Just trying to pick up a few points. The highest I think he could probably get right now, somewhere in the 13th. There comes Chris Griffin back out. Griffin 15 laps down. Going to try to hang on to some spots. Adam Vinny getting closer to Reed Rundle, but I think Rundle trying to save a little bit of tires for that last 20-25 lap run. Still 19.3s in the top four. Pierce goes all the way to the top. Yields the line to everyone that's faster. Nobody really even had to check up. John Payette has gotten around McLaughlin and Turnmeyer, and now he runs in the 7th spot, and he's running lap times comparable to the leaders, but he is so far back. He is 7.25 seconds behind these leaders. It is a tall order to try to make up that kind of time. About 0.6 of a second first to third, and then it's almost a full second. It's over 0.9 of a second from third to fourth place. Dylan Delaney riding there in that 60 machine. Well, welcome to the show, Randy. Better late than not at all, buddy. $94 of 125 in the books, and pretty much every one of them has been behind the 91 car. He has been at the front since we dropped the green on this thing. And he is just trying to put a big old stamp on a championship. Vinny was up there, tried to challenge him, didn't work out for him. Rundle is up there now, trying to challenge. We'll see if it works out for him. If anybody can save tires to make a run at this guy at the very end, it'll be the 43 car for sure. Classically known as a saver. But the gap's starting to open up just a little bit. Couple of feet here, there. So we're creeping in on the 25 to go mark. About 3 more laps. All Dylan Connor right now. Jeff Werdeman still in the 5th spot. A good run for the 81. He has been all over the map this season and has finally started to settle down a little in the last couple of weeks and get some solid finishes. Matt Knowles, John Payette, Marvin Turnmeyer, Josh Westendorf got back on the lead lap on the last caution, and he is only about 4 seconds ahead of the leader. Make it 5 right now with 25 laps to go if we stay green. Possibly could go back a lap down, but you never know. Marvin Turnmeyer rode almost the entire race a lap down after the lap 1 incident. Got that back on the caution, on the second caution, just past midway, about 73 laps in. Has not been able to do a whole lot with that wave around, but in the top 10 is still on the lead lap. Top 3 staying pretty close to one another, 4/10 and 6/10 to the leader. But Dylan Delaney is now starting to close the gap on third place Adam Vinny. We have slowed it down a little bit. Everybody in the 19.5s. 1947 for Adam Vinny that time, but everybody else 19.5 and slower. Reed Arundel moving high as he letting his teammate go. It looks like he's going to let Adam Vinny, who has been quicker, go up here. They lost about 4/10 of a second. And maybe Vinny with 20 laps to go. Going to try to get in here and lock it down. Gap still opening up. It's over a second now. It was about half a second when they started to swap spots. So they've given him a half-second cushion on top of the half-second he already had. Lap car could become the holdup for Delaney, and that could let Vinny and Rundle close right in. Not going to be the case as Connor able to roll right on by on the front stretch, and now he's out to 1.35. I think he has finally decided he's just going to crank it up. Last few laps, he doesn't want anybody even getting close. His victory lap is going to be a big victory lap. Stretches it out now, 1.45 seconds. $16 to go. Vinny and Rundle now working the lap car of Westendorf, and he's going to get out of the way. Dylan Delaney has shaved a couple of tenths off of the gap from 4th to 3rd. And now it's almost 1.7 seconds, 1st to 2nd. So I think Connor finally just decided it was time to let all the horses run. And now he is really starting to gap the entire field. One and 3/4 seconds. Coming around to 13 to go. He's been solid all season, nearly unbeatable. Casey Wynn in this series picked up a victory. Been the only other driver to see victory circle. .2 seconds. Just knows where to put the car. He saved a lot of tires on that run. And he is lapping again under 19.5. Nobody else on the circuit even close to that. Ten laps remaining. 115 laps into the books. Vinny and Rundle still 2 and 3. Delaney now within striking distance. Can he do anything and get himself on the podium? Does Reed Rundle have anything left in the tires? And I don't know. Rundle may have only taken 2 tires on his pit stop. So it looks like the 43 is really starting to fade late here. Delaney going to close it up even tighter. It's 3 seconds out in front. Connor into 3 and 4. Lap traffic ahead. I don't think it's going to be any kind of a factor with 7 laps to go and a 3 1/4 second lead. He just needs to be patient and pick them off. Gets around Griffin. Now looking on Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer got the car out of shape as he looked to go to the inside of McLaughlin. Not for position. Turnmeyer, I think, wants to stay on the lead lap, and I think that's a tall order, as he will yield the spot. And Connor now has only 7 cars on the lead lap with 5 to go. Nobody in front of him. 3 1/4 seconds still. Let's go back and watch this battle for third that's starting to shape up with 5 to go. Rundle left the door open through the middle of 3 and 4, and Dylan Delaney's got the nose there. Rundle trying to fight back on the high side. Gets a good run off, but he's not going to be able to shut the door down here in 3 and 4. And this is where Delaney's been a little stronger. 3 laps to go for the leader. Adam Vinny's still second. The battle's for the final podium spot. This time Rundle with a big run out of 2. He'll clear Delaney, and if he can get it back to the bottom, he may be able to shut the door and hold him off. Vinny into lap traffic now. Rundle's going to use the lap traffic. We're under 2 to go. Dylan Connor, 4 1/2 seconds out in front of these guys. He's in 3 and 4 already, and he'll come out of turn 4 and see the white flag. Rundle trying to hold on one more circuit, and Delaney is there. This time Delaney with a big run. It's all Connor out in front. Adam Vinny's going to come home second. Who's going to come home third? Dylan Delaney out of turn 4, and he steals it at the line. Rundle fourth, and Werdeman coming home in that 5th spot. We'll let the drivers get them all parked up. All right, let's start talking to our top three here. Dylan Delaney, got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, Roger.
Man, last lap, last corner, you finally got him. You were there multiple times. Reed Rundle, kind of a tough customer to pass at the end of these things.
Yeah, Reed's definitely one heck of a racer. I going into this race did not have a lot of confidence. Only had maybe 8 or 10 laps of practice, so had a half decent qualifying lap. Was able to save tires first half of the race. Got that caution. Was able to put freshies on, and then just saved just enough to get past Reed.
Yeah, it looked like in the closing laps, you really started to make up some ground. You had to pass a couple of other drivers to get yourself in that position, and everybody's fighting for one piece of real estate down here in the corners. Just biding your time. Just looked like the only way you were able to make passes was to try to catch them on the exits.
Yeah, towards the last, I want to say 15-ish laps, I bumped up a groove just to see if I had some speed there. I was able to catch up to Adam and Reed and was just able to get close enough. And then we ran into some lap traffic, so that helped me a little bit more. So, yeah, it was a good run. I'm glad to P3, the last race of the late model stocks this season.
Well, a pretty good season nonetheless. We've seen the 60 car on screen a lot this season. I'm sure you got plenty of people that you want to thank before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank my wife, and I know my mom's watching. I think my aunt, my dad, my brother, and my aunt's girlfriend, Tarver. So I know they're watching, so I was happy to put on a show for them.
All right, man, great run tonight. We'll look forward to seeing how you can close out next week with the Super Lates.
Awesome, thank you.
Dylan Delaney picking up a third this evening. And now we'll move over here. A lot of fans in the chat. Always fun when the Victor Vinnies get involved in things. But Adam Vinny, man, you challenged that guy up front for a while. Just couldn't happen, and then you fell back a ways. But you come home second here this evening. How was the run?
Run was pretty good. Car was pretty good. Yeah, I was pushing him around the track. I know he was conserving a little bit. I was conserving a little bit. Then I put on, we had that caution around halfway. I come in, put stickers on, and the car was totally different. Absolute trash. But it was a good time at the track that I'm not very good at.
Yeah. I talked to Delaney about, everybody trying to fight for that one piece of real estate at the bottom, and it looked like slip and slide, and everybody was just kind of hanging on. Did the car ever get comfortable getting through these tight little corners?
The first half of the race, absolutely. Like I said, when I pitted and put on the new set of stickers, yeah, the car was just totally different, ran different, just not happy. The car was upset, angry. But I think I seen one of the 91 crew members running away with tires from my pit, so we'll have to check that out.
Well, it seemed like he was running on 8 tires out there, as much grip as he had anyway, but you never know. Well, fun season nonetheless. You're going to close out the late model stock cars here tonight with a second-place finish, man. You're looking forward to closing things out in the Super Lates next week, too?
Oh, absolutely. I love those cars. Really puts the driving in the driver's hands. So I'm looking forward to putting it out and seeing where we end up overall.
All right, man. Give me some shout-outs, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Thank you, Roger, as always. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you to AMP for sponsoring the whole year. Thank you to Beard Wisconsin, Next Level Litigation Support, Mars, ERA, Wabam Scrub-a-Dub, It's Wisconsin You Know, BYB Extreme Fighting Series, the Wisconsinite Podcast. Yeah, just everybody on the car and everybody that came out week in, week out to show support. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on finishing out this season with a great run. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week in the Supers.
Yes, sir. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Adam Vinny finishing second here tonight, and now he won almost every one of these races. He goes out here and late in the going just destroys the field. Adam Vinny's going to park in here and block us so he can't see the 91 car. That's all right. We'll let him get out of here. But Dylan Connor, the championship, the win. You ran away late. Was that just a statement?
Man, I tell you what, it was to be able to pick up championship and another win again that's awesome. First of all, but I mean, yeah, when we came down and pitted, it was still 40 laps to go, so I knew I couldn't just fire off right then and there and not have none left at the end, never knowing if you get a caution or anything. So I rode for a little while and just tried to keep them, ride the same pace as they were behind me, and then when they got to 25 to go, I said, well, it's championship night. I'm going to go ahead and burn it down.
Yeah, well, you took off. You got out there right about 5 1/4 seconds in just the last 20 laps, and I don't know how you keep tires on it better than everybody else, but, man, you had to have good rubber to drive away that hard from those guys, because the guys behind you, they're not slouches.
Oh, no. Like I said, they're going to be in contention every week. They're always right there for any mistake you do make. So it's just like I said, just you can't never be perfect, but got to try to be as close as you can to it.
Well, all but one race, you picked up the win, obviously running away with the championship, man. Your season, not much that can be said. I mean, you were the guy to beat.
Yeah, man. That's like I said, these type of seasons don't come often, and I'm just, thankful for a good group of guys to race with, and we got this one, but I'll never say it's sewed up for the other one yet until it's over with. So we got one more to go get.
Yeah, well, we're going to look forward to seeing what you can do in the Supers, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go pick up your hardware and celebrate a big, big win tonight, especially when you pick up a championship.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you first and foremost for being up in the booth every Tuesday, and want to thank Marv and Jeff for everything they do for the league. AMP Grading, Gunslinger Whiskey, the main sponsors of the league, and I want to thank my sponsors, Perrier Race Parts, Chris and Alan Perrier with Cold War Banker Elite, and Ashworth Roadside Rescue.
All right, man. Congrats on the championship. Congrats on winning tonight. Looking forward to seeing what next Tuesday holds for you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dylan Connor. Got it all done. And tonight, no exception. If you put that guy out front and let him start on the pole, man, he's tough to beat as it is. And he made it look really, really easy. Let's take a quick look at tonight's official results. Connor, Vinny, and Delaney, 1, 2, 3. Rundle, hard fought for fourth. He barely misses it at the end. You can see there, 0.5 of a second. So it wasn't even half a car. Werdeman in fifth, Knoll sixth, Payette seventh, Turnmeyer eighth, Westendorf was ninth, Penn 10th, McLaughlin 11th, Moore was 12th, 13th to Griffin, Pearson 14th, Brunner 15th, Dillon 16th, DeMore 17th, Casey Wynn was 18th, and Mark Herzog, early exit for him. That lap one crash did his car in. Well, the late model stock car season is coming to an end, and I got Jeff Werdeman is showing up here. Hang on one second, Jeff. We're watching Dylan Connor go around. We were not going to bug you guys. We were going to let you have your minute. But next week, I was dragging you guys up here. We were going to barrage you, berate you, make you tell us what's happening next season. But since you're here now, I want you to tell me, what are you guys going to have for next season? Are we going to one car? Are we staying with this? What are we doing? And what else can we do for you, my friend?
Well, the first reason why I've decided to rudely charge into the room was to give you the top 5 official for the AMP Late Model Stock Championship run. Dylan Connor was officially crowned the champion. And then Adam Vinny, Reed Rundle, Sean McLaughlin, and despite Matt Eddy not being here, his drop week was this week, obviously. He held on to hold on for that 5th spot. A great bit of racing. I know Dylan made things look pretty easy to go 5 for 5 up there, but as you saw in the broadcast, those guys are right on his heels, so it's going to be any time now. As far as next season, we are going to one car. It is the late model stock. We will be doing 10 races over 12 weeks. We'll go 6 races. I'm sorry, we'll go 5 races, take a week off, then we'll have 5 races, and then the following week is Thanksgiving, so we'll have a 2-week off break before we start the winter season. It is the late model stock, and there will be 2 drop weeks as far as drivers being able to drop their 2 worst weeks, kind of like what we're doing now with the National Series points.
Well, that's outstanding, and we knew pretty much that if he won the race, he won the title. It was going to be tough to beat him, especially with McLaughlin having trouble early in this one. And thanks for coming up and letting us know who the top 5 in points were. Next week, how tight is that one when we come down to the final race?
Well, if you give me a sec, we'll take a look at it. I got to back out and hit a few buttons and make things look pretty on my screen so I can see it with my blind, bad eyes.
Oh, that screen doesn't look like a mirror, does it?
It does some nights. All right. So
yeah, you're not in any kind of luck if you're going to try to make it look pretty as a mirror.
No,
I've seen your picture.
That's why I've done radio for 25 years. Anyway,
me too. So I do it where they can't see me.
Exactly. All right. Well, Dylan Connors pretty much got things wrapped up in the championship bid. He's got a 23-point lead over Adam Vinny, and then I'm sitting 1 point back of Adam Vinny. 3 points back of me is Justin Moore in 4th, and then Matt Knowles is, 7 points back, sitting in 5th. Then in just a point off of him, you have Sean McLaughlin, Reed Rundle, Mart Herzog. So let me take a look. So anywhere from me, Moore, Knowles, McLaughlin, and Reed, that is 7th. Any of us could actually finish 3rd in the points coming up after next week's race at where are we at? Oh, North Wilkesboro. 125 laps again.
All right. Well, then we'll definitely want to hear how that all shakes out at the end of the night, man. Thanks for coming up and clearing a few things up. Thanks for letting us know what's going on next season. When do you think that'll start? How many weeks will we have off between seasons?
We'll do it. We're going to take the build week off, and then we start right after that. So we'll have a 1-week break, and then we'll get back to the action 5 straight weeks with the late model stock.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic way to do things. Get us right back to racing. The fans will stay on the edge of their seat waiting to see what happens with the new build and when we come back to racing. So we'll look forward to talking to you next week at the end of this one, bringing us the top 5. Thanks for dropping in, my friend.
I'll do it next week. If I don't make the top 3, we'll make sure you get the info.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for all you do as well.
No problem. Jeff Werdeman coming in and giving us all the info that is worth having. Good job. I'm glad that he did drop in. That was nice to know. All right, guys, that is going to do it for us here Tuesday night. We won't be back till Thursday with the Red Driver Mighty Midgets. About 8:15 Eastern. So make sure you tune in for that if we don't see you again. Start it all over again next Monday night with DSRL and Mars. Those guys getting closer to the end of their season, so make sure you don't miss any of that. Want to thank you for being here. Without you guys, there's no reason to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like you saw right here again tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. Everybody gets a big thank you there. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side down.